Hello, welcome to the Chesapeake Bay and all its glory. It's a great vacation spot, great for swimming, home to 18 million people. Despite its beauty, it does have some problems.
These include pollution and hypoxia, which is in certain areas of the Chesapeake Bay, reduced amounts of oxygen in the water.
What's eutrophication?
Eutrophication is an excess of nutrients in a body of water. And it can also lead to a dead zone, which is what we have in the Chesapeake Bay.
What's a dead zone?
A dead zone is when there's no oxygen in an area of water. In the Chesapeake Bay, it's about a 1.9 cubic mile area. And plants die and animals die, or they have to leave the area because they can't live without the oxygen.
How does eutrophication lead to a dead zone?
When eutrophication happens, algae grows in excess, which is known as algal bloom. And this covers the surface of the water, which prevents light and oxygen from reaching the animals and plants which are under the water's surface. After a certain point, this reaches hypoxia, which is a reduced amount of oxygen in the water, and then eventually anoxia, which is when it's called a dead zone and it has no oxygen left.
Why does eutrophication happen in the bay?
Well, you see, humans have made all kinds of construction around the Chesapeake Bay area and around the watershed. For example, farms, roads, buildings, sewage. And since it's in the watershed, these run off into the water and bring that nutrients with it. Also, rain greatly affects the size of the dead zone each year because the rain comes down and carries more of that nutrients into the water.
How do humans impact eutrophication in the bay?
Since every year there are a lot of tourists in the Chesapeake Bay area, this leads to a lot more pollution and litter than would normally be there, which worsens the quality of the Chesapeake Bay's waters every year.
How can you determine the health of the water in the Chesapeake Bay?
Well, we use, as scientists, several different tests, including the dissolved oxygen test.
What's that?
The dissolved oxygen test is a test that allows us to analyze how much oxygen is available for the living organisms in the water.
So what's another way we can determine the health of the water in the Chesapeake Bay?
Another test we can use to figure out how healthy the water is the turbidity test. The turbidity test tests for how clear the water is. If the water is clearer, more oxygen and light can get into the water, which is better for the ecosystem.
So how do the tests connect to the water in the Chesapeake Bay?
These tests show the health of the water in Great Falls, which is in the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Everything in the watershed flows into the Chesapeake Bay itself, so these tests show how the health of the water surrounding the Chesapeake Bay surrounds the bay itself.